Tennessee's at-home learning series for literacy. Today's lesson is for all our first graders out there, though all children are welcome to tune in and enjoy today's story. This lesson will be the third in our series. My name is Miss Clark, and I am a first grade teacher in Tennessee schools. And I'm so excited, boys and girls, to be your teacher for this lesson today. Welcome to our virtual classroom. Now today, we're going to be reading another fable. It's called The Goose and the Golden Eggs. As we read today, you're going to be listening to understand the beginning, middle, and end of the fable. And by the end of the lesson today, you, boys and girls, are going to be able to write your own sentence telling me what happened in the middle of today's fable. Now, before we get started, to be able to participate fully, you're going to need something to write with, a surface to write on, and 2 pieces of blank paper. Now, if you didn't see our previous lessons, you can go online and find them on the Tennessee Department of Education website. And you can still tune in today to enjoy today's lesson. But you might want to go back and check out that one, since we're going to be talking about a text we read previously. Now, today, boys and girls, you're going to be hearing some very important vocabulary words. And these words we know will help us to better understand what we're going to be reading about today. Now let's check out a few of these words that we're going to be listening for today. Now the first word you see on your screen, boys and girls, is the word delight. Everybody say it with me on the count of 3, big and loud. 1, 2, 3. Delight. Great job. Now this word is a noun, boys and girls. Delight means great pleasure or happiness. And I'm sure that you guys can all have a connection with this word delight. I'm sure you've been delighted about something before, or had a lot of happiness about something. Maybe it was going to your grandparents' house for a visit. Maybe it was eating your favorite snack, right? So when you hear this word delight in today's story, I want you to do this. And I want you to get excited. Show me delight. Show me you're delighted. Great job. Now the next word we're going to be listening for in today's story is the word golden. All right, everybody whisper this word into your hand and you're all going to shout it out to me. 1, 2, 3. Golden. Amazing, boys and girls. Now this word is an adjective. And we know adjectives are describing words, don't we? Now, golden, you might could guess what it means. Yeah, it means the color gold, right? Something is a gold color. Now, you might describe things as being golden, like when leaves in the fall turn that brownish color and they are kind of yellowish brown. They're a golden color. So when you hear the word golden, I want you to give me this signal, boys and girls, because I bet you all can think of something you love that's golden. That's right, money, right? Coins, golden coins. So that's our signal for the word golden. And our next word that is going to be very important to our story today, boys and girls, is the word goose. All right, everybody say it. 1, 2, 3. Goose. Wonderful. Now this word is a noun. It is actually an animal, right? Because we know a noun is a person, place, or thing. Now, we are going to hear about a goose in today's story. And a goose is a duck-like bird that lives near the water or at a pond. And you might also hear the plural form. If I'm talking about more than one, I might use the word geese. So you listen for which one's going to be in today's story. And when you hear the word goose, I want you to give me the biggest, loudest honking sound you can do. That'll be pretty fun. A goose makes a honking sound, yeah. And our last word that we're going to be listening for is the word greedy. All right, whisper into your hand and we're all going to say it together, boys and girls. 1, 2, 3. Greedy. Now this word is also an adjective. And this means wanting more than you need or deserve. Like a king might be greedy if he wanted all the gold for himself, right? And you might have been, I felt a little greedy before. You might have wanted more than you needed. I know I've been that way before. Maybe you're wanting more chocolate than you need. You wanted to take it all. You're being a little greedy. So when you hear that word greedy, I want you to put your arms around your body. If you're greedy, you're wanting it all for yourself. Now, boys and girls, I cannot wait to share another fable with you today. And as I read the fable, I want you to listen for what's happening in the middle of the story today. Now, yesterday, you heard the fable, The Maid and the Milk Pail, right? Yeah, we remember this story. And it was very interesting, wasn't it? She had a problem, didn't she? And what was the animal that provided the milkmaid with something that was useful to her? Right, it was the cow. And she got milk from the cow, boys and girls. Great job. Now, did the milk end up being useful to the girl? Absolutely. Nope. Because she ended up spilling it, didn't she, boys and girls? That was her problem in this fable. And we learned a really important lesson from this, didn't we? That's right. It was don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Don't count on things to work out exactly as you planned. Now, boys and girls, today the fable you're going to listen to is about another animal that is also going to provide something very useful. And this fable is about a goose. Did I hear any big, crazy goose sounds? Great job. Have you ever seen a goose, boys and girls? What do you know about geese? Do they provide anything that might be helpful to people? Like the cow did for the milkmaid? Yeah, well, they lay eggs that are white, and they usually lay only one egg a day, boys and girls. Now, I want you to look closely at the illustration. What characters do you see? What is the setting of the fable? Now can you tell? Wow, you guys are really looking closely. Now you can see the farmer and the goose are the characters, and you can see that today's setting will be at a farm because we know that farmers work on a farm, and you can see a barn in the distance. Amazing job, boys and girls. Now, oh my goodness, now we just learned about a goose and their eggs. What do you see in this picture that is different with this goose egg? How is it different from a real goose egg? You got it. This egg is a golden color. Not white like a real egg, is it, boys and girls? Now, look at the farmer's face. Do you notice his expression? What is the farmer thinking? Go ahead and turn and share it with the people you're watching with today. What do you think is happening in this story today? Now let's listen to the fable to see if our predictions are correct and figure out if we're right. Once a farmer went to the nest of his goose and found there an egg, all yellow and shiny. When he picked it up, it was heavy as a rock. He was about to throw it away because he thought that someone was playing a trick on him. Well, why does this farmer think that the egg is not a goose egg? Yeah, because we know that normal goose eggs are white and they don't weigh very much. And this egg is golden. Yeah, and it's as heavy as a rock. But on second thought, he took it home and he discovered to his delight, there's our word delight, that it was an egg of pure gold. So he is very happy when he really figured out this is a real egg of gold. It might be valuable to him, right, boys and girls? Now let's think back to our predictions about what the farmer was thinking. Was your prediction correct, boys and girls? Yeah, how did you know? I bet you noticed the excited expression on his face, right? Because you were looking at all those important details in the picture. Great job, boys and girls. So the farmer sold the egg for a handsome sum, a large amount of money. Every morning, the goose laid another golden egg, and the farmer soon became rich by selling the eggs. Wow. Boys and girls, how do you think this farmer is feeling now? Of course, he is very, very happy or delighted, right? Because he is making a lot of money from selling all these gold eggs that he's getting every day from his goose. As he grew rich, he also grew greedy. Uh-oh, there's our vocabulary word. Great job identifying it, boys and girls. We know that greedy means he's wanting more and more, even though he already has enough. Why should I have to wait to get only one egg a day? He thought. I will cut open the goose and take all the eggs out, all at once. Uh-oh. Boys and girls, do you think this is a very good plan? Let's keep listening to find out. When the goose heard the farmer's plan, she flew away to a nearby farm. So when the farmer came out the next day, do you know what he found in the goose's nest? Nothing. Uh-oh, boys and girls, I think we can infer by what has happened a moral of today's story, don't you? I think we can. Farmer became what? That's right, he became greedy. And he who often wants more than he needs loses it all, right? Just like what happened to our poor farmer. When you want something, be patient, right? Even if you have to wait. If you're greedy, what would happen? You might lose what you already have, right? Amazing job, boys and girls. So that was a super important moral or lesson that we learned from this story, didn't we? That we should always remember. We learned that the moral of the story was when you want something, we have to be patient. If you're greedy, you might lose what you already have. Wonderful job, boys and girls, on helping me figure out that lesson in today's story. Now remember, fables are short stories that teach a lesson, right? Now let's think about the lesson the farmer learned. How did the farmer show that he was greedy, boys and girls? Yes, he was going to cut open the goose to get all the eggs. And that's just crazy, isn't it? He could have got a gold egg each day, but he did not want to be patient, did he? Now, how did the farmer lose what he already had? Great job, boys and girls. You are rock stars at this. Since the goose flew away, now the farmer isn't going to get any more golden eggs. I bet he learned his lesson. I know I would. You guys did a great job listening to our fable today. Now let's think about what happened in this story. We know that the setting is where the story takes place. Awesome, boys and girls. What was the setting of today's story? Yes, that's right. The setting was the farm, wasn't it? And we could remember that the characters are who the story is about. Now, who are the characters in this fable? I'm going to count to 3, and I want all of you to whisper the answer into your hand, and we're going to all shout out at me together. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. The farmer. That's right. And the goose. You are correct. Great job, boys and girls. Those were all important characters in today's story. Now, what was so special about the eggs that the goose was laying? Go ahead and turn and share out with the person you're watching with today. Amazing job, boys and girls. I can tell you guys were really paying attention. They were made of gold, weren't they? And how was this different from eggs that a goose lays in real life? That's right. Real geese lay eggs that are white and not made of gold, right? So could we determine if this story is fiction or not by just what we know happened in the story? Yes, this fable was fiction, wasn't it? Because it was made up. It couldn't really happen in real life. The goose couldn't hear the farmer's plan and fly off to a different farm, and a goose definitely couldn't lay a golden egg, right, boys and girls? But that would be pretty cool, huh? Now, let's look back at this picture. Does this picture show the beginning, the middle, or the end of the story? Very nice, yeah. We know that remembering the order of the events in the story is very important. And this picture is showing the beginning, right? The farmer has just found the golden egg, and he is so shocked and surprised at what he's found. Now, we're going to write that in a complete sentence. So, if the beginning was the farmer finding the golden eggs, how do we write that into a complete sentence, boys and girls? That's right. We would always need to start with our capital letter, wouldn't we? Every complete sentence always has to have capital letter. You guys are fantastic at this. The farmer. We also want to include details in our sentences. Who are the characters? Who are we talking about? What are we talking about? And what is happening, right? The farmer found the golden egg. In the, that's right, beginning of the story. Okay, boys and girls, so let's check out my complete sentence and let's see if you guys agree with me. So I have my sentence, and I made sure to add a capital letter because I know we always have to start with capital letters. And what about in between my words, boys and girls? That's right. I always have to make sure to put finger spaces. That way my reader can understand my writing and I can share it to others. So the farmer found the golden egg in the beginning of the story. And I even tried to include my vocabulary word golden because that gives the detail and makes our sentence stronger. It wasn't just an egg, was it? It was a special egg. It was a golden egg. So I used that adjective describing word. Those are great details we want to always make sure we include in our sentences. And I want you to check out the end of my sentence, boys and girls. And we've been learning about how to end our complete sentences. And I want everybody to whisper the answer into your hand and shout it out to me. What type of punctuation mark did I use today in my sentence? 1, 2, 3. A period. Great job. Yeah, because this is a declarative sentence. I'm just stating a fact that happened in the beginning of our story. Wonderful job, boys and girls. That was great. Now, we know that in the beginning, the farmer was finding the golden egg. Now, what happened at the end of the story? That's right, boys and girls. Awesome. At the end, the goose flew away, didn't he? Because the farmer was going to take all the eggs. Now, let's write that in a complete sentence. So I want you guys to try this one. And I want you to see if you can write me with your first piece of paper what happened at the end in a complete sentence. Okay? And then we'll check our answers together and we'll see how you guys did. I'm sure you'll do wonderful. Okay, I'm going to write my sentence. You go ahead and pick up your pencil and write yours. Go. How are we doing, boys and girls? Are you remembering your finger spaces? How about your capital letter? Good job. All right, boys and girls. I have some wonderful sentences out there. So yours might look a little bit different than mine, but that's okay because your sentence is your own words. So my sentence starts with a capital letter, and I bet all of yours do too. And I made sure to put my finger spaces. At the end of the story, the goose flew away. I even added exclamation point, and I made my sentence into an exclamatory sentence. I know that goose was really wanting to get to that farm. It was an exciting part of the story when she flew away. Now, boys and girls, it's time for you to try a question on your own. We said that in the beginning, Farmer Brown, he discovered that the goose laid eggs of pure gold, right? And we said that in the end, the goose left and went to a nearby farm. So what happened in the middle? What happened after the farmer discovered that the goose laid eggs of pure gold? Usually in the middle of our story, the problem happens, right? That's right. Now go ahead and grab your pencil and your piece of paper, and I want you to write that into a complete sentences, thinking about all the parts of our complete sentence. And you can even add a picture if you would like. Maybe even add their expressions, because that would be a good detail. Boys and girls, I'm so proud of you today. You listened carefully for what happened in the middle of the story, and you thought about the text when you were answering the questions, and you worked hard to be identifying those vocabulary words throughout the story. I wonder what Fable we'll read tomorrow. I know, I can't wait, and I'm so excited. I enjoyed reading the Goose and the Golden Eggs with you today, and I'm so thankful that you're inviting me into your home. I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson in Tennessee's at-home learning series. Bye, boys and girls.
The value parents place on reading makes a big difference in a child's reading and language development. You don't have to be a teacher or a great reader to create and nurture a love of reading in your child. It's beyond words on a page. It's about using stories to engage your child in the world around them. Start early because language development begins at birth. Exposing children to books early enriches their daily lives and builds strong thinkers. Just having books in the home, no matter your comfort level in reading aloud, can help a child grow to love reading and learning. Let your baby touch, feel, and even chew on the books.
Bah, said Gregory unhappily. Let me see your unhappy face.
Ask your child questions about the book and experiences the characters are having. Use the pictures to spark meaningful, engaging conversation, relating pictures to things in the child's day-to-day routine. Share the joy of books by bringing the story to life. Read with enthusiasm and energy in any language. Try using different voices for different characters.
Is that we're all here together.
Make up a funny story using the pictures, or act out characters and sounds animals make.
Hey.
Encourage your child to copy you and make his or her own noises.
That's good.
And most of all, reading with children and exposing them to books from the moment they're born instills an everlasting love of reading and learning that they'll have for the rest of their lives.